excitement, adventure. Boston Blackie. Enemy of those who make him an enemy. Friend of those who have no friends. Yes, sir. That's Boston Blackie, and he's quite a guy. In just a moment, we'll see him in one of his exciting adventures. But first, a word from our sponsor.
that man. Whitey, are you listening to me? Are you listening? And don't apologize for him either. Big lug. An hour and a half late. Just wait till he shows up. Oh, honest, Mary, I'll be back in time for the show. You heard him. That's just what he said. Whitey, look at that clock. Look at it. Show's halfway over.
Here's an item that has just come from our newsroom. Gangland today snuffed out the life of one of its most hated and feared foes, Boston Blackie. Blackie, wealthy man about town and bitter enemy of criminals who made a hobby solving murders and tracking down crime, was found shot through the head in the debris of the Logan Drug Company warehouse, which was gutted by fire late this afternoon. His body was charred beyond recognition, but identification was made through a wristwatch and ring. Stay tuned for later details.
Blackie.
Boston Blackie was my best friend. You know what it is to lose a good friend?
Inspector Faraday, I feel terrible about Blackie, but what is he doing in my warehouse after closing hours?
He was running down a killer.
A killer?
Last week, a close friend of his, an insurance investigator, was found murdered. He had been checking on an epidemic of fires we've been having in the city. Those other fires paid a lot of insurance. How much do you carry?
Ask my lawyer.
Oh, sit down. I'm not through with you yet. Sit down, I said. Now, why did you hire a new watchman yesterday morning?
I told you, my regular man went on his vacation.
Faraday.
This is Hardy, Chief. About that watchman, Jerry Barker. The address Logan gave you was a bum steer.
I'll call you back. Any more fairy tales?
That was the address he gave my office manager.
Now, look, Logan. Maybe your warehouse wasn't touched off, and maybe it was. But if I find out you had anything to do with Blackie's murder, so help me, I'll make it a personal point to send you to the gas chamber. Now, get out. And don't try to leave town. Get me Hardy.
Hardy speaking.
You like your job?
Why, sure.
Bring in Jerry Barker. Turn the town inside out if you have to, but bring him in.
Listen, knucklehead, how many times do I have to tell you to knock?
Sorry, Eddie, I keep forgetting.
Did Jerry show up?
No, you're a coat in his place.
Why didn't he phone me?
Because he can't talk. His mouth is blistered. He looks like a mummy with bandages all over his face. One of those packing cases the warehouse blew up in his face.
How do you know that if he can't talk?
They wrote it on a piece of paper. And you know what? He killed Blackie and he'll...
Well, Mr. Logan, I hope you're satisfied with the job.
On the contrary, Sloan, our deal was for a fire, not a murder.
Simmer down, Logan. You got your fire. You haven't got anything to worry about.
Haven't I? I've just come from Inspector Faraday at police. He thinks it was arson.
So what? They say that about every fire.
Look, if Faraday finds your man, Jerry, we'll all be on the spot.
Relax, Logan. It's part of my job to see that he doesn't. What do you say about Blackie?
He said Blackie was after someone who killed an insurance investigator.
Is that all? Stop worrying, Logan. Stop worrying. I haven't lost a client yet, and you aren't going to be the first.
I don't intend to be.
See you later.
Hey, that's a laugh. Blackie after Jerry, it was me who knocked the guy off.
Jerry's hot on. He in more ways than one. We'd better get him undercover.
But where?
Get over to his place and bring him over to the warehouse. He'll be safer there, but don't let him come near me.
Okay, Eddie.
You better go home and get some rest, Mary. But I promise you one thing. If I don't get the rat that killed Blackie, I'll turn in my badge. Faraday. You did? Good work, Hardy. Where are you phoning from? Wait there and I'll pick you up. That was one of my men. He found a new address on Jerry Barker. Well, I'll be seeing you.
I'm going with you, Inspector.
All right, come on.
Jerry, open up. It's me, Barney. Hello, Jerry. All right, pack up. We're moving over to the warehouse where we do the switching. You're hot. The boss wants you to lie low. But don't look him up either. Get him on the floor.
Cover the back. You better stay in, Mary.
Hey, cop it. They're coming up the front steps. Any other way out of this joint? The roof. Good. Let's go.
You go back. I'll stay here.
What's the shooting about?
They're up on the roof. To look.
We're trapped. What do we do now? Jump across that alley? What do you think, I'm nuts?
Hey, Hardy! Cover the next building. They jumped the alley.
Sure, they never guess we jump back again.
They're still inside, Chief. All right, we'll get them out. Come on.
Well, if you think that was packed with suspense, just hang on to your seats and see what happens when we return in just a moment for part 2 of our Boston Blackie adventure.
How's your kids, Jerry? Hey, here's a laugh for you. Get a load of this. Inspector Faraday thinks you're the big noise. Thinks those bandages on your head are a mask. The boss got a big bang out of it. The boss said he might drop over today. There's no telling. There's that phone again.
Hey, what's that, Pinky? You want to start a fire? Not unless I get paid for it.
Hey, that's very funny. Not unless he gets paid for
It
it.
isn't so funny. We aren't being paid enough for what we do. We take most of the risks. The boss takes most of the gravy.
You're getting plenty. And don't forget, this is his baby.
Yeah, and it takes brains to run a show like this.
Oh, how much brains does it take to switch a lot of junk like that for stuff that's being insured and burn it up?
Takes plenty to make the contacts, and it's pretty sharp the way he sets off the fireworks without leaving a trace. I suppose you could do that, too.
Hey, break it up, fellas. The boss wants us to do this job tonight.
No, I'm sorry. That isn't the description of our dog. Thank you very much, anyway. Come in. Hello, Inspector.
Here's your mail. Aren't you going to read them?
I'm in no mood for letters, Inspector.
Oh, I know just how you feel, Mary. I'm a plum.
I'm just a worn-out old has-been. I catch the rat that killed my best friend. Do I bring him in? No, I let him outsmart me and get away. And just a butt, Mary. I can't even trace a poor little lost dog.
Don't say that, Inspector. You'll find him. Yes? Yes, this is she. Inspector Faraday? Would you like to talk to him? Yes, I'll tell him. Who is this?
Who was it, Mary?
No, the voice was so muffled I couldn't understand him. But he did have a message for you. He said to tell you that the arson gang were going to burn down the general supply warehouse tonight.
General Supply Warehouse tonight. What a break. What a break.
Wait, Inspector, that isn't all he said. He said to tell you he'd call again later and tell you when to move in, so you'd be sure and get the leader.
Good. That truck just went in there again.
Nearly finished? Hello, boss. It's all ready to go. Right. Okay. Are you whacking? You know the boss never shows up on a job. You ain't paid to think. I gotta go back and check and see if these guys got all the stuff out.
Something's happened to that stoolie, and I'm not going to wait any longer. Come on, let's move in.
Where's Ronnie?
Making a phone call.
The cops!
Cops, come on.
I want the guy with the mask. Where is he?
Right there.
Remember, boys, I want him alive.
Let's try to make it in the truck. Stay here. I'll go and tell the boss what happened. And me and Jerry were the only ones that got away.
I don't get it. We pulled 8 jobs out of the hitch, and now someone must have ratted.
Well, don't look at me.
Quiet. Quiet, Whitey.
I thought you told him to wait outside.
I did.
And keep your eye on him.
Come in, Jerry.
What are you doing with that dog, Jerry?
Boston Blackie's dog. Reward, huh? That's Whitey, all right. Pictures plastered all over the newspapers. Seems to be a very friendly pooch. Come here, Whitey. You seem to have quite a way with dogs, Jerry. You know, come to think of it, trying to get the reward for him wouldn't be very smart for us. As a matter of fact, we'd be better off getting rid of him. Stand aside, Jerry.
He ain't Jerry. He's
Boston Blackie. I knew it the moment I saw him with that dog.
Why, you dirty.
Put that away. Blackie's supposed to have died in a fire, remember? Well, it still could happen, couldn't it? Well, this is one fire he won't walk out of. Pleasant dreams, Blackie.
It didn't work. I don't see any flames.
Maybe something wrong with the receiver. Let's take a look.
Mary, you better go out and get something to eat. I'll watch the phone.
I'm not hungry, Inspector. You go.
All right. I'll be right back.
Hello?
Hello, Mary. This is Blackie.
Mary! Mary! What do you mean, talking from your grave?
Faraday. Now listen, Faraday. Send a squad to 612 Alameda Street. It's a warehouse. And bottle it up.
Where are you calling from, Blackie?
From the warehouse at 612 Alameda Street. And listen, Faraday. Make it snappy. Faraday, how's Mary?
Oh, she's all right. She just fainted.
Can't understand it. It's never failed before.
He's gone.
But, Mary, I wrote you a letter telling you I wasn't dead. Didn't you get it?
I might have. Since that broadcast, I haven't opened any mail.
Just like a woman.
You know, Blackie, there's one thing I can't understand. Why you led me that merry chase over those rooftops.
Well, I had to play along with the gang to find out who was head man.
Faraday. Fire chief. Yeah, I'll hold on. got them all locked up. Be a long time before we ever have another fire in this town.